Hey everybody, welcome to the Daily Muddy. I'm Ashley Conrad. Joining me today, Luke Beeler with Dot Foods. Welcome, Luke.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, of course. So you are I'm going to screw it up, but I know you're in business development for Dot.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Okay, and you're also on the charitable committee, which it's awesome that companies do that to begin with, right?
Yeah,
It's
it's
very
great.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a wonderful outreach for us.
And giving back to the community in a multitude of ways. And one of the coolest, I think, most relevant in today's world is STEM.
Yeah.
Okay, so give me a little idea about, so STEM is science, technology, education, mathematics?
Yeah.
Did I get that right?
You did, you nailed it. And some people throw an A in there as well for arts.
Okay.
So STEAM is another acronym that you'll hear related to the same initiative, but for the most part, it's just a different style of education that has a lot of technology tie-ins.
Yeah, and hands-on.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's really, really cool. I know, my youngest kiddo, she has a lot of STEM initiatives in her school, and probably some that, they got through a partnership with Dot Foods.
Yeah.
So you guys have, how much money are you giving in this program back to our local schools?
So with the STEM initiative that's been a part or a branch of our charitable committee at Dot Foods has been around for 3 years now.
Okay.
And we've given, a couple $100,000 over the last 3 years. But the really exciting news is we just released the opportunity for public and private schools in what we would call our 11 county impact area.
Yeah.
A chance to submit applications for a grant that is upwards of $150,000.
Yeah, it's incredible. When I saw that number, I was like, holy cow, that's awesome. And schools have the opportunity to, sign up for this program, fill out this application, if you will. Is that right?
Yeah, that's the right way to think about it.
And then they can be awarded up to like $15,000. Is that right?
Yeah, that's true. And it's really, for us, it's a matter of, we want the impact to be as broad-reaching as possible.
Yeah.
So the more schools that apply, the lower that number could be per school.
Gotcha,
but we also want our schools in the area that we impact to think as big as they possibly can, right? Because our goal with this initiative is to move schools forward as far as they're willing to go right now, and whether that's building a maker's lab on site or just finding a way to integrate STEM throughout their curriculum in the school today if they don't have the space.
Right.
We're willing to entertain anything as big as helping them build a full-on maker's lab, which is a term you've probably heard that's pretty congruent with the STEM initiative.
Yeah, very, very cool stuff.
Yeah.
And then you've done some things in the past that I think are really cool. One of the things, can you tell me a little bit about this, the drones that you supplied? I think it's so cool.
Yeah, so I'll back up just a little bit.
Yeah,
when we first started to roll out the STEM initiative, and education has been a pillar of our charitable group since Robert and Dorothy founded our company 60 years ago. And so we're constantly trying to push the schools that are in our area to be as forward-thinking as they can as it relates to educating kids, because it only benefits us as a business and our community if the kids that are being educated in our community are coming out as ready to go into the workforce as they possibly can.
Yeah, for sure.
And we believe STEM is kind of the linchpin to do that.
Yeah.
And so we've had a group of 13 different schools attending essentially professional development classes, if you will. It's probably not a fair way to say it, and it wouldn't be congruent with STEM, but they've come to Mount Sterling probably 3 times a year we did 1 year that was 5. And every time they've come, we've trained them on some sort of new technology. And so you're referring to, I believe it was in the fall of 2024, we gave away drones, and we gave away, with those drones, the education on how they can integrate drone programming into whether it be mathematics to figure out grids and how to run the drones around a certain course, or just the technology it takes to program a drone. So it was a fun day, a little bit dangerous in our auditorium at Mount Sterling, but it was fun.
That's what makes it fun, right?
Yeah, absolutely,
Yes,
absolutely.
And Dot Foods, as well as, a host of other organizations in our community, of course, technology plays a huge part.
Absolutely.
And automation, mathematics, everything that STEM kind of instills in these kiddos is going to come back tenfold. Like you said, when they enter the workforce, and we're not rushing that.
No.
But we want them to have at least the foundation, the baseline of these skills, right?
And I think the other thing that a lot of folks who are familiar with STEM on the periphery would agree with everything you just said, but the longer I've been engaged in this style of teaching, I would tell you that the way kids learn through STEM is way more impactful when they get into the real world.
Oh, yeah.
Because so much, and this is not a knock on our traditional education as a country, not just this area, is rote memorization, right?
Yeah.
So you learn the exact process to figure out a problem, and STEM kind of blows all of that up. It teaches kids that that's the goal. Here's the things that you can utilize to reach that goal. You go figure out how to get to the end result that we're looking for.
Right.
And the beauty of that is what it really does is it teaches kids to be comfortable with failure. Because inevitably they're going to screw it up the first time. They're not going to be able to get it right. So they're going to have to analyze what they did, figure out in a group what they've got to rework, and then go back at it again. And that's, as you know, is real life.
Yeah.
And so that's probably the part that the longer I've been engaged with this initiative, that makes me even more passionate about helping our schools figure out a way to embrace this style of teaching.
I love it. Critical thinking and hands-on exposure is very, very cool. And yeah, it definitely sticks in the mind a little bit more.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
Yeah, when I'm reading a book, yeah, I can kind of remember it, but if I'm immersed in it, right,
Exactly.
if you will,
Yeah.
it's so much more impactful.
That's
100%.
exactly right.
And then Dot Foods, again, with the partnering with through your charitable committee and offering this program to our local schools, both private and public.
That's
right?
right.
Is
Yeah,
that what you said?
any school in this 11 county area. So think as far north as McDonough County, we go as far south as Greene County.
Okay.
And then east over to like Morgan, and
Okay.
then obviously Adams County.
Sure.
here.
So there is an application online, and we'll link it here on our interview. But it is for. So who fills out that application?
So the application went to all the schools in that area.
Okay.
So we would encourage anybody who has an idea to they can come find the link on the post that you all make with this interview. But we would also encourage those folks to work with their administrators at their location.
Gotcha. Okay.
Before filling out the grant, because we also want to make sure it's in line with the strategic plan for that school system.
Sure.
But anyone can bring an idea forward
Okay.
at the school who thinks they've got something that would make a lot of sense to help move STEM forward in their school district.
Good to know. So, yeah, I'd suggested that you work through your administration, but the application is there, and you're accepting applications through
May 1st.
May 1st.
Yes,
So
yep.
that timeline, it's getting a bit crunched. But this is a great opportunity to get some funding for your school, your class, the kiddos that really could benefit from learning through STEM initiatives, which inevitably will give back to our community through creating that foundation, but also, possibly directly to Dot Foods when these kiddos graduate and need jobs, right?
Yeah, I think obviously that would be an impact, but we know no matter if they become a Dot employee or not, if our community is stronger because of the kids coming out of the education system, everybody benefits from it. So
100%, absolutely. And you mentioned the founders and kind of, why Dot, wants to be involved in STEM and the charitable giving. Give me a little information before we go about who Dot is. I know a lot of people know, but I just want to kind of wrap this up with who you are and kind of what the vision is.
So we were founded 60 years ago by, it's more than that, gosh, almost 70 years ago now, by Robert and Dorothy Tracy. They continue to, the business that they started continues to be integral to what the family's doing now, which is essentially redistribution. So we work in the food industry. We work very closely with companies like Kohl's here in Quincy, helping them to source food and then get that food as effectively as they can to their customers, which are downstream from them. So our family's still run by the Tracy family. We have second generation folks highly engaged in the business, and we have a lot of third generation folks engaged in the business now too. So
and you hear a lot about the Tracy family and giving back to our community.
Yeah.
This is just another pillar of that, which I think is so cool. One more time, this application is due by May 1st or through May 1st. So
we would like to have all applications in on May 1st.
On May 1st,
yes.
okay. So reach out to Muddy River News or to Dot Foods to get more information on that. But highly recommend it. This is money that this charitable committee with Dot Foods wants to give to our community to essentially give back, right?
That's
and
exactly
then,
right.
And then create that vortex of learning that essentially will raise our community, right? In all ways.
Absolutely.
So, Luke, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on, and thank everyone at DOT for continually doing great things.
Well, we thank you. Thanks for the opportunity to come and talk about it.
Absolutely, anytime.
All right,
Thanks so
you.
much. All right, coming up next, I sit down with Lindsey Hess, and we talk about Mommy and Me tea time. Welcome to Cedar Club, Quincy's favorite local bar. A friendly corner bar with a laid-back atmosphere and affordable drinks. It's the perfect spot for a great time. With entertainment galore, including shuffleboard, golden tea, pool, foosball, and winning gaming machines. Cedar Club's latest edition is the best spot to catch your favorite game. Great drinks, great friends, and great times. Cedar Club, 20th and Cedar in Quincy.
The Tower, a great place to meet and eat. But did you know the Tower has one of the finest drink selections in our area? Along with its incredible Mexican menu, the Tower specializes in tequilas for every taste. Names like Patron, Cabo Wabo, and Hornitos. And don't forget the margaritas. On Mondays and Tuesdays, stop by and pick up a single topping pizza and get Tower margaritas to go. Enjoy the Tower at home or in our dining room, bar area, or the Tower's signature climate-controlled porch. The Tower Pizza and Mexican in Quincy.
Welcome to the Abbey, a Quincy tradition. With 6 big screens, a new larger kitchen, and now more seating capacity, the Abbey is the place to be before, during, and after the big game. Come enjoy fan favorite appetizers, steaks, burgers, and a variety of daily food and drink specials. Can't join us? Carryout is available too. Now with a convenient drive-up window to better serve you. 1736 Spring in Quincy. Opens at 3 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday. Come join all your friends at the Abbey, a Quincy tradition.
Instant Replay is your local sports bar. With 18 big screen TVs, we have all the sports packages from college games to pro games. We offer daily drink specials, and come check out the Bullpen, our newly renovated beer garden. Instant Replay, 2739 Chestnut in Quincy.
The Liquor Booth is your home for a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits. The Liquor Booth has 2 locations in Quincy, 3520 Broadway and 1500 North 12th Street. The Liquor Booth, where it's always happy hour.
Are you looking for the perfect venue for your next special event? Check out Utopia Event Center. Utopia has a large banquet room and an awesome bar area, perfect for anything from birthday parties to formal corporate meetings. It also offers a photo booth, stage for a DJ or a live band, and a fully stocked bar, all for only $300. Check us out at utopiaeventcenter.com or call Barn at 217-430-6559 for more information. Utopia Event Center, 900 North 12th Street in Quincy.
Welcome out to Kelly's on Broadway tonight. We're drinking cold beer and it feels so right. I'll meet you out on Broadway underneath Shamrock Light. We're gonna have a good time on the patio tonight. There's a party down at Kelly's on Broadway tonight. We're drinking cold beer on a champagne night. We're feeling all alone and you got no place to go. So come down here and drink a beer on Kelly's patio. Kelly's a fun place to eat and drink. 2902 Broadway.
And welcome back. Joining me now, Lindsey Hess with the Miss Quincy Scholarship Program. Lindsey, welcome to Muddy River News.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, of course. So, Mom and Me Tea Time. Give me a little information about what this is and what people can expect.
This event is an inaugural event hosted by the Miss Quincy Scholarship Program. It's a fundraiser for our program to be able to provide even more scholarship opportunities for the young women in our program.
Okay.
But it's really exciting because it's just ahead of Mother's Day.
Right.
And it's an opportunity for moms and daughters to spend some meaningful time together, have tea, and participate in some hands-on activities.
Yes, I love it. So not just tea, because as I understand, you know,
Yes.
you mentioned hands-on activities, but also some sweet treats, which, you know, you
Yes.
hear. I'm sure some ears perked up at that. Everybody loves some sweet treats, and then some vendors as well.
Correct.
So it'll be a full, a full event with, so you're not just sitting there with mom and kind of drinking tea. It's just it's a full great event to give back to the Miss Quincy Scholarship Program, right?
You're absolutely right. So we'll be very unstructured. It's going to be hosted at the Lorenzo Bull House, which is an absolutely stunning venue.
Yeah.
And so families can go all throughout the house and partake in different stations. So yes, we will have some vendors, some really exciting vendors with some fresh tulips and a succulent bar, some permanent jewelry. And we'll also be providing stations that include some crafts and of course tea tasting and lots of sweet treats as well.
Love it. So the Lorenzo Bowl House, I'm sure everyone in Quincy and hopefully our surrounding area has seen it when you're driving down Main Street, is the beautiful white home that if you haven't seen it, it is definitely a sight to behold, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There will be so many opportunities for photos that moms and daughters can cherish forever.
Yes. So when is this being held?
It's going to be held Sunday, April 27th.
Okay. And time?
So there are actually 3 different arrival times that people can sign up for. Our 1 p.m. is already full.
Okay.
But there are some openings for 2 and 3 p.m. And that's just so we have a good pace throughout the afternoon. We know that some of the little ones may not be able to hang for too long, and that's completely okay.
Yes.
So people can stay as long as they would like, but there are still slots available for 2 and 3 p.m. and they can register online at missquincy.org, and it's $25 per person.
Okay, $25 a person. And again, you mentioned right ahead of Mother's Day, which what a great gift. And it's not just for moms and daughters. Bring grandma, right?
Absolutely.
Bring
And
aunties. Yeah.
I know there are some friend groups who are coming together with their daughters. It's recommended for ages 3 to 12.
Okay.
However, anyone's welcome. I know there's some little babies coming. Like I said, it's a great opportunity to get some great pictures at a historic home.
Right.
And we're going to have an amazing photo backdrop available as well.
Yeah, I love it. So get registered for Mom and Me Tea right ahead of Mother's Day. It would be a great time. And it all goes back to the Miss Quincy Scholarship Fund, benefiting the young women in our community. Thank you so much, Lindsey. One more time, where do they go to register and to get these tickets?
MissQuincy.org.
Okay.
And they can also find us on Instagram and Facebook.
Okay, there you go. Get your tickets for April 27th, Mom and Me Tea. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, I think that does it for today's Daily Muddy. We'll catch you back here tomorrow for Coffee Talk.